everyone, welcome to TotalSUP. Welcome Christian Andersen, the 2019 ISA Junior World Champion, is with us today to talk about a big event coming up, EUROSUP22 Denmark. Basically the European SUP Championships organized by the Danish Surfing Federation and sanctioned by the European Surf Federation. It's happening at the end of August, between the 27th of August and the 3rd of September. A full week of events with 4 disciplines, SUP surf and 3 SUP race events, sprints, technical race and long distance. Being Danish, Christian Andersen knows the location and the event and the organizing committee well, and is a pretty good ambassador to introduce this event, which is happening in 3 months. How are you, Christian?
I'm great. How are you?
I'm pretty good. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
So, well, first of all, let's start with introducing you to the TotalSUP community. Obviously, I know you well from seeing you stand up paddling for the past 5-6 years now, being brought to the sport by Casper Stafth. That I guess will stick with you for the rest of your life. Also, your nickname Polar Bear, due to the color of your hair. But you're a lot more than that. There's been a lot of races, international races, since you started in, I guess, 2015, 2016. Can you remind us your top achievements?
Yeah, I mean, I guess my top achievements would probably be the ISA world title in technical race, and then I have a couple Danish championship titles as well, and then the Euro Tour. I won the under 18 as well back in 2019.
Okay, that's pretty good. You mentioned the Danish circuits. Can you give us a few words on that? How big is it, and when is it happening?
Yeah, it's growing really big here in Denmark. The sport is really taking off the last couple of years. We have a tour running all around Denmark with, we've had 2 events so far this year, and we've had over 100 competitors at each one. So it's been really good. And then we have the Danish championships coming up in June as well, which will be a really big event. So the sport is really taking off here. I'm sure it is in France too, but it's cool to see.
That's great to hear, and I really look forward to coming to Denmark. I'll be coming twice to Denmark, actually. First in June for the Red Bull Midsummer Viking Challenge, organized by Casper Stafth, who's just landed from his crazy 1,400 kilometer round trip of Denmark. What can you say about this? You know Casper really well.
Yeah, it's amazing. You know, it's crazy with the things he's doing. I mean, I can't believe it. Yesterday we actually paddled with Casper for the last 12 kilometers. We had a nice downwind and kind of followed him in. And I think there's like 300 people down at the local surf club welcome him when he got in. So it was really cool to see. And yeah, it's amazing all the things he's doing. He's a really great ambassador for the sport.
He is, and he's also a great ambassador for all things Danish. With the ISA World Championships are organized in 2017, I believe, in Copenhagen, and also called Hawaii. That was a pretty big event, probably the biggest, actually the biggest, according to Michael Lindberg, head of management at the Danish Surf Federation, that I was interviewing a few days ago, with more than 40 participating countries. So Denmark seems to be doing things right, and seems to have a multi-year plan in terms of stand-up paddling, with also last year in Hvide Sande Euro Tour event. So how excited are you, Christian, to be the host country, and what is your role within this organizing committee as well?
Yeah, it's awesome to see, you know, all the events in Denmark from the one we had in 2017. That's the biggest event I've ever participated in. It was both in Copenhagen and up here on the West Coast. So that was a huge event, so many countries, and that was amazing to be a part of. And then last year we had the Euro Tour as well, which was another big event, kind of a warm-up for this year's European Championships. So yeah, it's just exciting to be a part of. You know, I'm obviously an athlete. I don't organize everything, but I try to help along, and it's cool. You know, it's cool to see Denmark really stepping up, and we have some great people working working on making the sport even better.
Are you actively promoting the event in your sport circles, in your stand-up paddle circles, on social media and so on? How do you participate in being an ambassador for EUROSUP22?
Yeah, for sure. We're trying to promote it as much as possible. Doing interviews like this. That'll be on TotalSUP. I'm sure a lot of people will see that, and just trying to promote it on social media. I want to see as many teams as possible from Europe and as many great athletes as possible. That's what I hope for.
Fantastic. Where are you from, Christian? And what do you know about the location of the event, Hvide Sande?
Yeah, so I actually live 2 hours north of Hvide Sande. So I live in a small town called Klitmøller. It's also known as Cold Hawaii. And I live actually really close to Casper. He's like 200 meters down the road from here. So that's why we've kind of that close, and we've been training a lot together. So it'll be a little bit further down south. It'll be actually easier for most people to travel there than where I'm living. But yeah, it'll be kind of the same conditions. It'll be like ocean. We often have a lot of wind here. We'll most likely have some waves and probably also a downwind for the long distance. It's usually pretty windy up here, and it'll be kind of on like an inner lake. It's called a fjord. And it's really fun. I've done that downwind a lot of times. It's actually better than doing it on the ocean because it's like more consistent. You constantly have bumps, coming. So, and they can change the course depending on where the wind is coming from, because you can basically do it from one side or the other. And then the technical race would be in the waves, hopefully, on the ocean. And I think the same for the sprint race, which will be just like going out 100 meters and then 100 meters back.
Okay, so we could have a sprint event with some bumps, potentially even some waves.
Yeah, probably. There's like in Hvide Sande, there's like 2 piers going out for the boats to come in. So I think the sprints will be in there, so it'll be more flat. There might be a small wave coming in, but it'll be pretty flat.
Great. Well, I really look forward to potentially a big downwind. How long? How big is it? That fjord?
Yeah, so we most likely be crossing the fjord, and it's about 13 kilometers.
Okay.
But what they sometimes do is that we might paddle a little bit sidewind, like going with the coast up, and then cross over. So they might do it a little bit longer, but I think anywhere from 13 to 18 kilometers.
Wow.
I would guess.
Okay. Fantastic. And what do you already know what events you as an athlete are going to take part in?
Yeah, I pretty much know them so far. We still have the Danish Championships, which will be like a qualifier, but I'm pretty sure I've qualified. And I think I'll be doing all disciplines, so long distance, technical, and sprints. So I'm really excited about that. Maybe even SUP surfing too, but it kind of depends. I don't want to do that right before the races because the racing is like my main focus. But if it's after, it'll be cool to do the SUP surfing too.
Well, Denmark was in Sardinia. The last EUROSUP event, which took place, was in 2018, and I was in Sardinia, and Denmark finished second. So you've got also a vice European champion title to defend. How better, bigger, stronger is Denmark in 2022?
We're definitely going to be stronger. I mean, we have a big team this year. There's a lot of young guys coming up in the sport from here, so that would be really cool to see. But it's tough competition. We have the French. They have a really strong team. I think it's going to be a strong Spanish team, Italian team. There'll be a lot of strong teams, but I think we have a good chance. I mean, we're a strong team for sure.
Absolutely. Could you give us a few names of some Danish athletes that we might not know? Both in the men's and the women's, also the juniors?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, so we have Casper. I'm not sure if he's competing, but he's definitely one of the strongest from Denmark. And then on the girls, we have Caroline Kunsel, as I'm sure you know. And then we have Nicoline too, Nicoline Rasmussen. And then we have a few young guys coming up. We have a guy named Asger from Denmark, and then we have Noah and another guy named Rasmus and Jeppe too. There'll be they're still fighting for their positions and who's going to do which one. But yeah, we have some strong guys coming up for sure.
Brilliant. Someone who's never been to Denmark like me, I've been to Sweden, I've been to places nearby, but not Denmark. What should I expect as a tourist
I mean, I think it's just going to be a cool experience overall because, like, I think the landscape is going to be so different compared to what you're used to. And we have some great waves up here. You have to be prepared. The weather changes all the time here. So it could be like sunny, it could be like raining, windy. It changes like every hour pretty much. But I think it'll be cool just seeing something different. You know, we have the capital, which is Copenhagen. But that's a little bit further away. But if you want to go over there too to see that, that's a cool place. And then if you want to come up a bit north to Klitmøller up here, that's a really fun place to surf as well. And the same goes for Hvide Sande. There's a lot of great surf spots down there. And it's very famous for windsurfing too and kite surfing. So you can basically do any kind of water sport up there.
Christian, well, thank you very much for doing the introduction with Hvide Sande and the EUROSUP22. Have you got anything you want to add?
No, not really. I'm excited to see you here. It's going to be cool to have you as a commentator and kind of help in the event. And I'll see you at the Midsummer Viking Challenge as well.
There's so many people going to compete there.
Yeah, we're going to compete.
Okay.
We got a strong team.
Okay. Wow. Excellent.
Yeah.
Well, thank you, Christian. See you all in Denmark, and go to TotalSUP or subcitydenmark.dk for more information on EUROSUP 2022. Bye, Christian.
All right. Thank you.